What's up, guys? Darlings, welcome back to my channel. Please like and subscribe and sit back, relax. This time is about you. It's about you. It's your time. I'm having one of those Sundays when I just open YouTube and I create a huge queue of all these videos I just want to watch. You know, there's so many people out there. There are so many, just everyone has a different perspective and everyone has a different way of articulating this wonderful life that we all get to experience. And I want to know all of it. I want to listen to all of it. I want to take in all of it, even the stuff that I don't understand or that seems strange or weird or just a little bit jagged. I want the time to be able to sit with that because I know that if I sit with it long enough, I will come to love those jagged edges of those people who I'm sure know exactly what they're talking about, but I just can't, I'm not there yet. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about self-love. Yeah, I talk a lot about love on this channel. I think I do. I hope I do. It deserves to be talked about. Okay. So I might be paraphrasing this. I will be paraphrasing this. I don't love Sadhguru. I'm sorry, Sadhguru. But I'm curious. I'm curious, and again, like I was talking about, I am sure that what he is saying is true, or is true from a certain level of perspective, you know? But he is one of those interesting people that people adore him, and maybe this is the reason why, and I just I kind of find myself at ends with him. And he has this video where he's talking about self-love. A person in the audience asked, how do we love ourselves more? How do we have self-love? And he, in that way that he does, kind of laughs at the question, laughs at the woman. At least that's what it seems like. And he's like, you can't love yourself. You can't. He's just you can't do it because everything is out. What are you loving? And actually that in the act of trying to be more self-loving, you're actually creating that split, right? It's you need to love yourself. So within that statement, I'm getting deja vu. Have I talked about this already? I don't think so. Anyway, within that statement, I need to love myself more, you're creating that that there's a difference, that there's a you and then another you, and that you need to love you. And so he says it can't be done. Stop it. Just stop trying to do that. Stop trying to do that. And I would agree with a but. I've had a really hard time doing self-care in my past. I've just been really good at being hard on myself and not giving to myself and going without. Everything was kind of a test of I will do it without. And I was talking to a friend this morning about the advice of sharpen your axe, that if you want to be really effective at something, first thing you need to do is use sharp tools, make sure that you're equipped to be able to do that. And then your effectiveness at whatever task is going to be that much more easy. And I was kind of jokingly saying, what I used to do, or what my tendency has been, is I'm I don't need to sharpen that axe. No thanks. I can do it with my bare hands or whatever it is. I hold myself to such a higher standard that I think I should be able to do it with nothing, with the rustiest axe around. That if I'm really a woodsman, I'm really taking this analogy, if I'm really a woodsman, I'll be able to chop down the whole forest with a rusty axe, you know? The real woodsmen don't need blade sharpeners. Anyway, and then my friend very, very aptly said, like the real woodsmen, they sharpen their axe before they even arrive on the scene. Like it's so ingrained into their way of being that like they would never even let the blade get dull. It's like brushing your teeth. They just do it. They do it so smoothly and that you don't even see it. So you think that they don't have to sharpen it, but they do. It's just a part of them now. Anyway, but so self-care and self-love, I just didn't really believe it. Everyone said it was important, and I was like, sure, because I'm sure it feels nice to do that. But I thought I could do without. I thought, but there's lots of other people who seem successful and they hate themselves. So I don't need to do that. I can be hard on myself and I'll get there just as quickly. No. No. I mean, maybe to those people who hate themselves and manage to hit those pinnacles in life, good on you. I don't know how you did that. That's really impressive. But I apparently don't get to experience that, and I don't get to go there. Oh, no. I reached a certain level of success doing that, but I called it quits early, I guess. Maybe I just saw it wasn't going to go the way I wanted to, so I rerouted. I'm still on that route. Yeah, it's important. It's important. And the thing is, whenever you care for yourself, you are in that way, like take whatever thoughts you might have about self-care or self-soothing or like pampering, or take any of those ideas away and just think of it like you are displaying care. You are being care in those moments. And with the care, or it kind of goes together, you are giving value to something. So it's like, it's a generous act. Whether it's for yourself or for someone else, it's a generous act. And what it does is it brings up and it cultivates generosity within yourself. It cultivates generosity and, like I said, value. It's appreciation. You don't care for something that you don't think is deserving of that care. Now, you don't have to believe in that deservingness first. You don't have to. It feels better, but you don't have to. What gradually happens over time as you take care of something is you actually develop that relationship with the thing because you've invested all this time, you've invested all this energy, that now you can't help but believe in its worth because your actions are in alignment with its worth. So that is where I see self-care going, in that it creates within yourself a beingness that sees worth in yourself, or worth in your space, worth in your world. The thing is, like, yes, okay, you don't want to be creating that split, and maybe it is kind of impossible and kind of like a weird way that we have of speaking about this self and I care for myself. Maybe that does make it all very confusing in the long run, but But when you are caring for yourself or loving yourself, what you're actually doing is loving the environment of self, to put it that way. So if you're caring for your body, like your body is yourself's environment. It's the vessel, it's the mask, it's the face. So sure, it might not be you, but you're caring for this aspect of yourself that enables your experience here on earth. So whatever, it's all in like the languaging of it, or caring for your room, or caring for your kitchen, or your dishes, or your relationships, like caring for the people in your life is in a way self-care, because the people in your life are you. They define you. They like make up so much of your thoughts, your feelings, your experience of this life. Without those people, you don't know yourself in the way that you do. And they have enabled that through their reflection of yourself back at you. So whenever you display care, you are giving to yourself as well as to other people. And the same goes for love, self-care and self-love. Whenever you love something else, you're actually loving yourself. And whenever you love yourself, you're actually loving everything around you. And the key really to self-love, like forget what you think you should feel towards yourself, because that can go kind of down into a shame spiral. You don't want to be holding an idea. As much as possible, you want to get away from like holding yourself to an idea of what it's supposed to be like. Because the tendency with that, there's a kind of gripping and a grasping. And whenever you do that, you're actually closing yourself off from something new to come into it, And if you haven't ever actually experienced self-love, it's going to be new. So, hey, give up knowing what it's going to be like. So you don't want to hold an ideal of how you should be self-loving to yourself. Instead, self-love really comes about. It's like, it's a byproduct of realizing the true nature of who you are and what you are. And this can happen externally as well as internally. So you can get to know what this is by going inward, by meditating or journaling or singing, or just being with yourself or being with others, by examining yourself, or by examining the world around you, because it's all one. So the more that you can actually see that, this is what I find easiest for me to reach this this level of appreciation. See, like I feel like appreciation is actually the reason why gratitude and appreciation works so effectively and efficiently is because like that's how you feel when you're actually in touch with what is happening, like with all the things that are around you. Is how could you not be appreciative? How could you not be grateful? Because with a possibility of nothing, right, with this like quantum field of nothing, there is something. And when you go from nothing to something, that something is extraordinary. And so as often as you can bring yourself to that place of like, there could be nothing, but there isn't, there's this, then almost anything that happens in your life, anything that you are, anything, any like anger or stupidity or like awkward moments, whatever, if you can look at that from nothing, there's this like little freak out. That little freak out is so beautiful, is so like unique and special and to be celebrated. I really mean that. So I think that's actually where self-love comes from. It's not from a, oh, good, I'm a good person, or I'm pretty, it's not a this over that. It's a this in the face of nothing. It's a this because this. And the more you get in touch with that, the more it's just obvious. Self-love just becomes obvious. And love towards everyone and everything and every perspective and every life and every choice and every decision becomes obvious because that exists. Okay, so I hope that's helpful for all of you. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling really good today, so I hope you are as well. And I love you always.